shit live. It's supposed to be a happy episode, man. I'm over here getting angry. For what? The motherfuckers calling me Pedrito and shit. Fuck is going on over here today?
Hey, 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 I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Gonna feel good. Gonna feel good. Gonna feel. Holy moly, guacamole in my pockets. What a blessing. Got it on me, I got options. Real stepper, check the shoes, get it poppin'. Eating good, feeling good. Where my hopping done at? Put it on a plate with some lemonade. That's the way we did it in the old days. Back then, mama said, get up, walk on play. But you better not come home like this. Street life, we was young racing. Street life, carefree was the best time. Fast forward, daydreaming about the next time. When it's gonna happen again, cause I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? How you feel? Turn it up a notch, pop up clean room. Everyday celebration, take a trip vacation. You deserve a day, you deserve a day off. Working for too long, gotta keep back. Turn my cell phone off, wait till I get back. Ooh, yeah, I did that. Living my life with no regrets. So I titled, let go. Pull up on me, what we on? We did chillin', where we at the spot. What time? Anytime. Let go. Pull up on me, what we on? We did coolin', where we at? The chill spot. What time? Party time. I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? Don't it feel?
He's simply ravishing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you know you're ravishing. Come on, hit it. Ba-na-na-na. Swivel 'em hips. It's a great day when me and Francis Lee can play for the Yankees.
Yes, sir. This time is funny.
Good morning. What is going on, everybody? Smacky that likey and hitty that sub. Ladies and gentlemen, big news today, shocking, ruined by the way, they ruined my entire morning. Just so everybody's aware, today was max out day at the gym, and I'm a big fan of max out day. That's like my favorite thing
Fridays,
to do.
yeah.
Max out Fridays was my day. And then you had Francis Fridays here on All Rise and the game. I was like, this is going to be a beautiful morning.
Should have been, yeah.
I wake up, the Yankees drop this thing at the break of friggin' dawn, it feels like. I'm washing my face. I get an alert on my phone, facial hair policy gone. I see it. I said, holy shit, look at this. Now my whole morning's done because I can't go nowhere. I gotta talk about this. This is big news.
Work to be done. Work to be
Francis,
done.
this is big news, Francis. This is
Huge
big.
news. Huge. I mean, similar to you, man. I was like, I think I had clocked in, to work, and I'm, just going over some emails, catching up. And next thing you know, I get this notification from the Yankees, and it's like this long post. And so initially I wrote it off because I'm thinking, oh, I didn't read Hal Steinbrenner's statement on Aaron Boone's extension. So I was like, oh, this is the Yankees like post like congratulating Aaron Boone because the extension
Right.
happened yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool. And then I start like just receiving a bunch of notifications, and I was like, it can't be that. So I open it up, and lo and behold, the Yankees have amended their facial hair policy. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. I almost did the
Absolutely
call.
shocked
I
me.
almost did that call that broke my heart a couple months
I
ago.
can't believe it.
I almost did that. But
So let's go ahead and just read off what was said here. This is from, of course, Hal Steinbrenner himself, the alteration of the Yankees' facial hair policy. In recent weeks, I've spoken to a large number of former and current Yankees spanning several eras to elicit their perspectives on our longstanding facial hair and grooming policy, and I appreciate their earnest and varied feedback. These most recent conversations are an extension of ongoing internal dialogue that dates back several years. Ultimately, the final decision rests with me, and after great consideration, we will be amending our expectations to allow players and uniform personnel to have, here's the big one, well-groomed beards moving forward. The reason why I say, Francis, that is the big one there, it's what we have been preaching, what I've been, personally, for me, just talking about me here for a second, I've been preaching this since like 2019 regarding the Yankees having a well-groomed beard. It's fair. You could just have it cleaned up nice the way me and Francis have ours now.
right now.
Just have it well-groomed and you look normal. That is a business look nowadays. It's
Yes,
not,
it is.
you know, again, I always talk about it. Back in the 70s, 80s, you had a beard and all that. People were like, oh, this guy's dirty. You know, who knows who this guy is?
He's a
It was
little weird or something.
He's a little
out
weird.
there.
He's a little strange, a little
Yeah.
weird. But nowadays, man, that time has completely sailed. This is the right call for the New York Yankees.
Yes, it
Rah-Rah
is.
says, good morning to everybody. Pete Francis, it is a new era. Indeed it is. It is
Yeah.
the bearded era now moving forward for the Yankees.
I gotta say, I think there's obviously, as with anything that happens in Yankee world, there's mixed reviews out there.
Of course.
I feel like some people are missing on the magnitude of this. And I was like, do I tweet this? I said, no, we got All Rise. I'm gonna save this take for All Rise. I want to say this here, to our fans first. And I think this is much bigger than just a facial hair policy, people. And I think people are kind of missing that. What Hal Steinbrenner and the New York Yankees showed today was a willingness to move off of their tradition. And while you might sit back and say, I mean, but this is, I mean, we're talking about, something really small here, facial hair policy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, how's that really gonna like move the needle? You'd be surprised. This is a policy that, while you might think it's not that big a deal, has been a big deal for damn near 50 years in the Yankees world. Okay.
Yep.
This was something they were unwilling to move off of, not even an inch. They didn't care who the player was, what his accomplishments were. This was just not something they were willing to move on from. They were not willing to it was not even discussed. Like, when it was brought up to Hal Steinbrenner in past years, it was like something that he laughed off. Like, we're not changing our policy. What do you mean?
Right.
It's our
Right.
policy.
Right.
This morning, with this amendment, it shows a willingness to change. And even if it's a small change to some of you, a willingness to change nonetheless. And that, my friends, is big, because for an organization that prides themselves on tradition, they sure as shit have strayed away from a lot of other traditions, like winning traditions, like the tradition with the jersey that I have on right now that happens to have a Nike swoosh right here on the right chest.
Yep.
They've strayed away from a lot of things in the past, and yet still have kind of held really tight and strict to certain policies that we all knew were antiquated.
Yep.
Today's a new day, my brothers and sisters.
It is a new day. And the one thing that I'll say, I've actually been saying this too for quite some time about Hal Steinbrenner, is be your own man.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you want to be out of your father's shadow. Look, where you're always going to be held into your father's shadow. And look, folks, I just want to say this too. This has nothing to do with winning. This has nothing to do with who the third baseman is. This has nothing to do with payroll. This has nothing to do with any of that. I've seen so many people go, oh, it's a distraction to forget what happened. No, it's not.
No.
Stop it.
We still talk about third base.
Exactly. This is a policy change that was outdated. And a lot of people simply just going, oh, but tradition. Folks, we said it when it happened and they put the Star Insurance patch. Well, that got rid of tradition. Why wasn't there as much as an uproar there? Everybody almost accepted that. And I said it the day of, if you're going to do that to the jersey, because let's remember what the Yankees stand for. They don't have a name on the back. Why? Because the interlock and NY is what's important.
Exactly.
Well, then the face of the player doesn't matter. So why is it a problem? Why is that that should never be an issue. When you put something on the jersey that represents the club, even though the player is still a representation, the interlock and NY and the jersey is what we remember, the pinstripes.
Yeah.
The players in it we talk about, but at the end of the day, folks, them having the beard removal or they got to be clean shaven, it's not 2025. And yes, I do believe it's affected things in the past, and it could have affected things in the future. You look at, there's a super chat right here from Felipe. Appreciate you, brother. He goes, Vladdy Jr., never know. Bart Simpson says, Yankees Bush is here, fellas. Hey, yo.
What in the world do some of y'all wake up on? I just want to know. Yankees bushes? That don't sound right. I'm sure you ain't think that one through, my brother. Try again. I appreciate you.
I'm just here trying to celebrate a great day. It's also the first game of spring training. But Francis, I want to stick on that topic real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say it. Bearded DJ LeMahieu is about to hit 325 this year.
Listen, I'm with you.
That's Bearded DJ.
I had no faith in DJ LeMahieu this season.
Now you do.
The policy was amended. I don't know. Bearded DJ might bring back something. I don't know. Listen.
Hey, no, seriously though. You know what I want to see? Opening day, Bearded Cole back. Oh my God.
Oh, that
Bearded
would hit.
Garrett.
That would hit. That would hit like crack. Bearded Garrett Cole on the Yankees, man. I remember it also a lot of other fan bases are angry this morning because what the Yankees have done is take away one of their main slingshots that they used to throw at us. Like, who the hell wants to go there, have to shave and look like a little 12-year-old boy to play with your team? But yeah, well, guess what? Now they don't have to. All right. I put out a post on IG just before we went live or whatever. I tagged Vladdy and everything. I was like, hey, brother, you can leave the razor in Canada. You don't need it.
Yeah.
Just come on down.
The other thing too is I think people got to remember this. You could pinpoint the players that don't have a well-groomed beard. Because again, most dudes don't rock a crazy ass. Most dudes are like, I keep my shit well-groomed. Like it's a very normal thing for men.
And that to me is what I love about it. It's because we speak about this all the time. It's a very New York move. You walk around New York City right now, what you see more often than not, especially among people of my persuasion, is a well-groomed beard. That's what you see. It might be, some guys, wear it, a little bit thicker, darker, whatever than mine.
But it's still groomed.
I keep mine close to the face, but they still groom it. And I think that's very New York, and allowing the players to allowing Devin Williams now to grow back his beard. Hey, if he has a good year in pinstripes or whatever, I just think that's another little selling chip now that he don't got to worry about. Like, because he clearly did not like having. He
didn't like it when he said it is what it. I mean, it is like what it is. What am I gonna do? Yeah. When he said that, I was like, you could tell. And on top of that, I don't know if Devin's known this for a little while. He started growing his shit back. I think if you've seen him I think they knew. I think the players knew ahead of time that you could start growing. And we're gonna make the announcement soon because Devin started to grow his back. You could tell like it was getting quick, and
he had it on photo day.
100%, and it's like us. We could grow our beards very, very fast. You shave this off, it grows back quick. Bart Simpson says Tatis watch confirmed, and that would be amazing. We got breaking news here. Hal Steinbrenner speaking. Let's take a listen.
Debating and deliberating about this topic is something I've been doing with family members and staff, Cash among others, for years. It comes up on a frequent basis. It comes up on a regular basis. I kind of took an extra step this offseason by starting to talk to people that are with other organizations that I know that are in this industry about just why this is such an important topic, why having beards and being able to have beards is so important to this generation. I also talked to a lot of people that are not in the industry at all that I know. And those people were closer in age to the players than they are to me. So there was a lot of research done on that front. What did I learn from all these conversations? And I'll get into what happened earlier this week in a minute. This generation, the vast majority of 20s, 30s, into the 40s men in this country have beards. Our new vice president has a beard. Members of Congress have a beard. The list goes on and on and on in this country and in this world.
So he sounds like the you.
It is a part, literally, of who these younger men are. It's a part of their character. It's a part of their persona. Do I totally relate to that? It's difficult for me. I'm an older guy who's never had a beard in his life. But it's a very important thing to them, and they feel it defines their character. It is also the norm in this country for all the reasons I just talked about. So there were a lot of conversations had. I certainly learned a lot. But the most important thing for me was to sit down face to face with several of our players and several of our senior staff. I didn't want to do it over the phone. I didn't want to do it in a group setting. I did it in one-on-one settings. I felt that would be more productive. And I did all that Monday of this week, the first full day of squad practice. There were a lot of things that were told to me that resonated. There were some things that were told to me that were concerning, even if they happened to be more of a hypothetical in nature. But the bottom line is, from those conversations, all the conversations I had in the off season and the last few years with people like Cash, I did make the decision that the policy that was in place was outdated. Amen. And given how important it is to that generation, and given that it is the norm in this world today, that it was somewhat unreasonable. So I made the change, talked to the players this morning at the team meeting. I think they understand what my thought process was as well. There will be parameters to this, and they know that, just as we have parameters to our other policies and guidelines. Debating and...
Well, I mean, the first thing I gotta say is, Hal, thank you for subscribing to NYYU for this long period of time. We know there's been many videos passed around the front office, but I tell you this, if that did not sound like what we have been saying now for quite a long time, I don't know what does. Even the reference of JD Vance, yes. That we've made multiple times here. Just about everything Hal Steinbrenner said is what we've said, talking about how this is a generational thing, how people our age, beards are the norm. It's also part of people's personalities, and it's outdated. I mean, Hal Steinbrenner laid it down perfectly, summed up what we have been saying here for a while. And look, I give him all the credit in the world for coming out and just saying it like it is. Look, I talked to these individuals one-on-one. We made this decision. What did he say, Monday? Monday. So again, as Francis said before, the players have known. They've known this already, no doubt about it.
Yeah, there had to be whispers before.
No question about it. So if he made the decision Monday, he was starting to talk to people, but
the whisper probably came down Monday.
Yeah. So
because the picture day was what, Wednesday?
Wednesday, I believe. Yeah. So there's no doubt about it. They knew and they've been known. But look, again, man, this has nothing to do with anything else besides the facial hair policy. When I say this, good on Hal. Good for him. Good for him to stand up there and say, it is outdated. Yes. He didn't even mention his father. He didn't say this was anything my father. He didn't say that. He said it's a Yankee policy and it was outdated. And he even called up colleagues. So he did his research on this, because you heard what he said. I never had a beard. I never grew one. So it's not something I'm a big fan of, basically. But as a head of an organization, there's some things that you're not going to like, potentially. That is just fair game. Having a beard is fair game in 2025. So this is good. I don't see how anybody sees this as bad.
What I love about what Hal said, and these days are really important to me as a fan. because we do spend a lot of time critiquing, what's Hal Steinbrenner, Brian Cashman, and the Yankees organization overall. We do that a lot. But this is where we are able to push back on the people who throw unsolicited jabs that don't make any sense when they talk about NYY Underground. We don't.
Well, that's like 6 idiots. So
Yeah,
that's
we don't
not
live.
even relevant because it's not.
No, it's
not
not
a lot of people.
When you think about it, it's not that many people. But this is this is a perfect moment because we don't live in a world where we just want to be negative or we just want to be against them. No,
Not at
we
all.
live in a world where we're going to tell the truth. And today, the truth is that the Yankees got it right. The Yankees got it right. Hal Steinbrenner got it right. As an owner of a franchise, he sat up there and said and admitted to the public, it's true that I myself may be out of touch. He said, I've never grown a beard. And he admitted that to having to speak to people from different walks of life, different parts of the organization, other rounds, other industries, because he realized, yeah, you know what? As the owner of the Yankees for whatever years that I've been, I might be out of touch with what these players want.
It's impressive.
That's amazing. That is
Humility, man.
amazing.
It's a show of humility.
It shows humility. And again, I think it harkens back to what I was saying earlier. It shows an ability and a willingness to change.
And that's big in
one of
today's
my
game.
biggest critiques, bro, is I feel like this organization in general, I'm just like, damn, like they seem so stuck in their ways sometimes. Like these things don't even make sense half the time. And he said it. He's like, no, it's basically it. I spoke to the people who I needed to speak to and saw that we were wrong. He used the words himself, outdated. Brian Cashman was quoted a little while ago saying it's time to change. Like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is big. It's a big deal. It's not, I see it as so much more than just a facial hair policy again. But even if it was only that, bro, I think it's a huge moment for the New York Yankees, and it's an amazing day to be a Yankees fan because honestly, bro, I feel heard by the organization, and I can't say that often.
No, and it's always been a criticism of us is that they don't hear the fans or they don't care. They don't care enough about it.
Yeah.
And I hate saying this, Francis, because it's something that we have both said. The Mets have done a better job of listening to their fans in certain situations, especially being New York.
Yes.
They've done a good job at that. It's good to hear that the Yankees are simply saying, look, I've heard it. I can look outside my window, come outside the golden gates of Yankee Stadium, folks, and you'll see that people walk around with beards. It's a common thing. When Hal does the business with other GMs, some of them have beards. And again, one of the main things that we mentioned, and look, I think this is this is not a political statement whatsoever. The Vice President of the United States has a beard. Congress, like he said, congressmen have a beard. These are people running our country. They have a beard. You know what I mean? JD Vance is a young man. He carries a well-groomed beard. And if you ever see him without a beard, you don't want to see him without a beard.
You'll know why he carries the beard.
You'll know why he carries a beard. But Rara says, for the fans, subscribe, hit the like button, NYYU. You better believe it. You know where to come to. We got you guys covered. But
sir,
I'm excited, man. It's a good day. It's a good day.
It is.
Does this make me more excited about who the hell's gonna play third? No. Does this make me more excited that the Yankees don't have, they could they have done more? Of course. Does that stop us from, pumping the gas to get this team to a World Series and speak the truth about this club?
No,
not at all, man.
Still work to be done.
Exactly. There's still work to be done. This has nothing to do with any of that. At the end of the day, man, like Francis said, this shows humility. This shows that the Yankees are living in the present, and it's a good thing. Rod Thompson adds in, like Hal said, having a beard is part of that person's character. It defines who they are as a player and a person. Facts. And look, like Francis said earlier, he's sat down with people of different walks of life. I guarantee you, I'll put every dollar on it I got that newly acquired Devin Williams was one of those people. Yes. I guarantee you Devin was somebody who gave feedback. I guarantee you Judge was, Cole, both of them were involved. Yeah. And look, Ashley Rodon was one of the first people to tweet this morning.
Yeah, she quote tweeted
about the bearded era begins. And look, she said it recently. She's like, I'm so not used to seeing Carlos with no beard. Yeah. So Rodon's gonna have his beard back. It's exciting and it's funny, right? Because I've seen either other fan base be like, imagine being excited about this. Well, yeah, we've never seen it, so it is an exciting day.
but they're doing that. They're doing that because they get it, and that's what I'm saying. It's crazy how other fan bases are getting it more than a certain sector of our fan base. Other fan bases seem to be understanding the magnitude of this move more, and that's why you're seeing the little quips and the little comments like, "Oh, imagine being excited about the." Shut up. You know, deep down inside, what you're really worried about is if the Yankees can change how they feel about that. What if they start changing how they feel about other things? What if this willingness to change doesn't stop at the beard policy? And I'm not talking about names on the jerseys and other shit. No. I'm not talking about that. I mean, what if this willingness to change extends to, maybe it is time to revamp this analytics department top to bottom? What if that willingness to change continues to, maybe it is time to, stop running guys out there when we know that they're probably done, and put the best player out there regardless of their status or their MLB service time. Like, again, you might be saying, that's a little extreme. There's no guarantee they're going to do that. It's true. But before this morning, there was no guarantee that they would ever move off of that beard policy. And here we are.
Are you basically saying that maybe the Yankees are going more towards a common sense approach? Is that possible here? That maybe the Yankees are looking around like, going, common sense tells us this is wrong. Common sense may tell us also a 37-year-old that can't really play baseball anymore. Maybe common sense wise, he shouldn't be the starting third baseman of the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of pride here. And that's all there is to it. This is something that makes a lot of sense. And like I said, I've seen negative responses. I've seen overwhelmingly, I'm going to be fair here, it's been overwhelmingly positive from my experience so far. I have not really seen anything that has told me that the majority of fans are angry about this. Nah, the majority of fans are happy about this, and as they should be. So I'm very, very happy with Hal Steinbrenner. Very, very happy with the New York Yankees. That they made this move today. They announced it early. It's even before the season. So the Yankees are going to be entering opening day as the bearded Yankees. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this goes. And we do have a little more. Oh, this is interesting. Here we go. I want to play this for you guys. Hal Steinbrenner was asked, what does he think his father would have said about this? So let's take a listen.
Winning was the most important thing to my father. And again, I think if somebody came and told him that they were, very sure that this could affect us getting the players we want to get. All we're trying to do every offseason, right, is put ourselves in the best position to get a player that we're trying to get. And if something like this would detract from that, lessen our chances, I don't know. I think he might be a little more apt to do the change that I did than people think, because it was about winning.
I like it. I can't be upset about that. He's right.
Listen.
And one more thing too, just to add on.
It's amazing to listen to, man.
Just one more thing to add on to that too. You're talking about different times. It's hard. It's like when people talk about, well, if this person in history was alive today, they would have been a bad person. Yeah, no shit. We're in a very different time in today. So you can't really even take somebody from the 70s and be like, hey, look at what we're doing today. A lot of people would be like, yeah, that's not how it used to be. Of course, I understand that and I get that. We all believe that. We all understand that.
Yeah.
But look, I like his answer because he made his answer about what his father is known for, winning.
He said the right thing.
He said the right thing, 100%. He didn't have to go into any additional details. He said, look, my father, the first thing he cared about was winning. He has the famous quote, winning first, breathing second.
Yes.
That's what mattered to George. So it's good to hear his son say winning meant everything. And if this starts to get in the way of us presenting the best team on the field, that's a problem. And I think my father would have had an issue with that. I love the answer.
And he's not wrong. I think what he's alluding to here is what we've alluded to for a very long time. I mean, you alluded to it pretty recently on Twitter a little while ago, even though it was misunderstood. But that is a point to be made. Like when it becomes, it might not be a big deal, But when it becomes a big deal in terms of free agency and getting the players that you want to have in order to put the best product on the field and give your team the best chance to win, it does become a big problem. I don't know how people are out there saying, well, it wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, I've heard fans say things as crazy and cockamamie as, well, if you love your beard more than you love playing with the Yankees, then I don't want you here.
Oh, please.
Get a bro,
Stop
get a grip.
it.
At the end of the day, it's not about loving your beard more than you love playing with the team. It's that there's 29 other teams that are offering you comparable situations to the New York Yankees. And it's about the Yankees finally having that understanding that maybe we are no longer head and shoulders above all the rest. Maybe getting smacked in the mouth by the Dodgers in the World Series and then subsequently in the offseason has finally opened their eyes to realize we need to make some changes. This is not the 90s anymore. This is not the early 2000s. People are not going to take less, give sweetheart deals, shave their beards, relocate themselves and their families, and go through all types of changes just to put on these pinstripes. Maybe we need to offer a little bit more. Maybe the allure of just wearing this jersey and playing in the Bronx, maybe that's not enough. It's not saying it doesn't matter. It's not diminishing it what it means. It's just saying that in 2025, it may no longer be enough. And why is that? Because of the point that Pete just made. Because we live in different times.
That's right.
It's that
Fair game, man. It's always an ignorant thing when a lot of people bring up, you know, ages and ages and ages ago and how we would visualize that today. Of course it's going to be different. We live in different times. It's even with the GOAT conversations, right?
Yes.
You get played where Rocky Marciano was the greatest heavyweight of his time. What would he do today? Nothing. It's different times. He was the greatest of his time. I always hate the GOAT conversation. Oh, Babe Ruth wouldn't hit today. What would you expect him to hit in 98 if you just dropped him in today's game? I mean, it's just ignorant. It's ignorance to me. It's stupid. And I just feel like this was handled extremely well. There is another clip I want to get to before we get into voicemails and all that fun stuff. I know my brother Macho King is very happy about this. King Dre says he's gearing himself up for Vlad with that comment. Oh, he's going to make it for his dad. Vlad is a Yankee, baby. Oh, I can't wait.
This is the beginning of the Yankees righting their wrongs. What better way to do it?
Francis, I'm telling you, right? Come on now. He ain't making the mistake. Look, and
Listen.
again, I say this all the time. George didn't make a mistake. Gary Sheffield was phenomenal. You could say long-term, was Vladdy a better option? Fair game. That's okay.
There was no
Gary
wrong answer
Sheffield
in that
was
choice.
phenomenal.
There was no wrong answer with that.
There wasn't. There wasn't.
Yeah.
So I understand that. But Hal could simply say, hey, my father missed out on your dad. I ain't missing out on you, brother.
Hey,
come on
that's
down
one-
to the Yankees.
That's one hell of a selling point right there. Hal, write that one
Isn't
down.
that cute? That's nice, isn't it?
He said that's
Francis,
cute.
that's nice. That's nice.
That's nice. It is nice.
All right, let's get to this
I
one
think
more
I
clip,
like-
guys. Then we'll get to your voicemails. And, of course, we got baseball today also.
All of you know me well enough to know I don't like addressing hypotheticals, but I'm going to break my own rule today because this was a part of my thought process and a part of the decision that I made. If I ever found out that a player we wanted to acquire to make us better, to get us a championship, did not want to be here, and if he had the ability, would not come here because of that policy, as important it is, again, to that generation, that would be very, very concerning. And, you know, I'm fairly convinced that that's a real concern. But that would be one thing.
And that's exactly what we're saying here. I would put every dollar on it I got that a simple question that was asked to Yankee players, past or former, is, would that be in your mind if you had to re-sign or sign with us? And I would put every dollar on it you want, that people that have beards. And remember, here's one thing too. People don't talk about this a lot. Facial hair is very sensitive. The neck area, I have this issue.
Me
When
too.
I shave under my neck,
The
I
razor
break
blade.
out. Like I would not want to deal with that all the damn time.
Nobody does.
Like nobody does. And yes, I understand people say, well, you could just buzz it down. Fine, fair, but not everybody wants to deal with that. So again, man, I do think this could have affected things in the past. I do believe it would potentially be an issue going forward. And it wouldn't shock me if it has been an issue with certain players. And, I guarantee it's been talked about in clubhouses very long. I go back to when I debated this with Eric Kratz when he was on a Game Season Live. I debated this with Scott Braun and Eric Kratz on a Game Season Live. Come to find out, I was correct. But anyway, Eric Kratz did mention that the players hated it. He said it on the thing, they hated it. But you play for the New York Yankees. He's like, I shave my legs if I had to play for the, if that was the policy to play for the Yankees, people would do that. That love baseball, growing up your whole life. You love baseball. Yeah, of course you would do that.
Exactly.
So, I have nothing else to say on this, but good. But I do want to have a little fun game with you, Francis, real quick, and with the chat, because you guys know we keep you guys involved in everything we do.
Of course.
Name me a couple of players that is like, these guys are going to be bearded. Like, there's no question. Judge, I think he stays clean shaven. I don't know if Judge goes beard. He goes goatee every now and then.
He does go goatee. I've never seen him in a beard, and then apparently that one picture that was floating around a couple years ago was like a fake that had him fully bearded. I'm not gonna lie, it was a decent look for Cap. I think here's why I'm gonna go on the yes side for Judge.
Okay,
because he's the captain, and it would make so much like headlines, and it would be like leading by example. Like, okay, this is the new era. Like, I'm the captain. Let's grow it out. Now, if Judge can't grow out a full beard and it's like that patchy thing, shave
can't
it.
do it.
Don't do that.
Yeah, and he should know. He'll know that already.
Yeah,
like he would already know that.
I think I don't know. I haven't stared at his face as much. Maybe there's some female fans out there that have stared at his face
right.
long enough and could tell us whether or not they believe he can grow a full beard. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Judgy gets down with it and does it.
I will go out and say I got a couple of them. Rodon, I think definitely does it.
Goldie for sure.
Goldie, yes. I don't know if Cole may or may not. He's done it in the past, but he may or may not, because he does kind of fit the clean shaven look pretty well. He looks good clean shaven.
He does.
He could pass for him.
But that I don't know. I think Cole's gonna do it for us.
I hope he does, because
I think Cole's gonna do it for
bearded Cole to me is a different thing. Yes. Jason Dominguez, my brother, is going beard.
God. Yes.
Jason Dominguez is definitely going beard. Louis Heel very well could a little bit. I don't think I don't think I've seen him in the offseason with a beard too much.
So he doesn't grow like the full beard like me, but he does have like a chin strap kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. So I can see him doing the chin strap.
I'm pretty sure he will.
I gotta
Jordan's got his work.
Yes,
Jordan has his work cut out for
Jordan,
him,
brother. My brother Jordan, my Dominican father, you have a lot of work to do now, because it ain't only about getting the hair. You got to do the beard now. You got to keep these guys looking right.
Jordan.
Jordan, this is a big day. Matter of fact, this is a huge day for Jordan. Congratulations.
Huge day for Jordan.
This is a big day for you.
Yes.
No doubt about it. Shots on me when we go back. Matter of fact, no, shots on you.
Shots on you.
This is good for you. Shots on you for us.
They have to pay him more now for lining up beards.
100%.
Exactly.
100%. No doubt.
But we definitely got to do some shots, man. Jordan's he gonna have them looking right. I'm ready, man.
This is
Jordan.
a celebration. This is
Let's
a celebration, man. I absolutely can't wait. Apparently, CC Sabathia said he questioned signing here because of the facial hair policy. So
imagine
that could tell you a lot. And
CC has a big voice in that room.
Oh, too, by the way, good job on the Yankees. Look, God, I feel like this is just becoming a shout out the Yankees for multiple things here, but
yeah,
I do wanna say this a lot. Shout out to CC Sabathia. Shout out to
Andy Pettit,
Jorge Posada, Andy Pettit, Roger Clemens. I love this, man. These are the legends I want there. Like Didi was there. Didi was there. These are the dudes I want there. Especially, look, the biggest one for me, there's two of them, is Jorge and the Rocket. To me, that's huge. Because look, and CC Sabathia falls in this also, because he has that attitude, that personality. Like, you don't, you fuck with us, I'm gonna fuck with you. Like that type of attitude.
I love that.
But Jorge, to me, and Rocket, that's who they are.
Yes.
So I love having those guys here. I love seeing Rocket out there with Rodon, with Fried, with Cole. That's amazing. Imagine the conversation of Garrett Cole and Roger Clemens. My goodness.
To be a fly on the wall, just like as a dude who pitched when I played. Like, just I wouldn't say shit. And Francis is always talking, but that's a room where I'm not saying shit. I'm just listening. If you could listen to Rocket and Garrett and
Oh,
Freed and
phenomenal.
Pettit and Cece, like just sit there and just listen. Like, I don't know how the four of them, like Cece was into content back in a couple years back, but damn, Cece, that would have been a great freaking podcast. Just the four of you sit
Oh,
down
yeah.
and talk shop. Like, I mean, that would have been amazing.
The Yankees Legends pod.
Exactly.
Yankees, I'm trying to help you guys out a little bit.
Listen, that you get
do
the
it.
first,
Do it
first
in
one's
legend
free.
seating.
Hey,
or
in legend seating with
Yankees
the
Legends
food,
pod.
with the Legends food.
With
You
the food.
showcase the food
Just
that people
saying.
get at Legends. Listen, the
Just
first one's
saying.
free. The next one you got to pay for. I do want to say
No
one
doubt. Oh, I
thing,
got to
though.
take this King Dre post down. I left it on there. Some freaky shit, bro. What is the matter with some people? I had to take it. I just read it.
I didn't even
No
see it.
Diddy. Look how nice Francis looks with the Yankees jersey with the hat and bread. He looks like he's about to bang a grandma right now. I mean, my goodness.
It's the top of the morning, Dre.
My man hasn't had a cup of coffee yet.
I haven't had coffee. I don't eat breakfast. I mean, I appreciate the love, man. This is why I put on the jersey. I put on the hat because y'all better get used to seeing this. You know what I mean? With the pinstripes, get used to it. I did want to say one thing because my boy was a little bit hurt yesterday. Jabba Chamberlain, man, we got to fix that. We got to fix that.
Yeah, he
Brian
wasn't out there.
I'm not gonna call out Steinbrenner for this because I'm sure this is not a Hal thing. But Brian, Booney, I don't know which one of you can rectify this, but hey, somebody's got to rectify this because seeing Jabba out there yesterday, like, damn, Didi's there, like, yo, I can't even get a call. Like, I want to go. Like, Jabba Chamberlain, listen. Jabba Chamberlain was a Yankee during a very special time to be a Yankee. I'm sure he has, and I feel like Jabba Chamberlain was a Yankee at the start of what has become this new addition, this new version of players around the MLB, this new style with the celebrations and the bat flips and the emotion. Jabba Chamberlain was at the forefront of that. He was a Yankee when this was really starting, and to see him yesterday, like, damn, man, I can't even get a call back. Like he really wants to be there. And I threw a little joke at him. I was like, I guess the Jabba rules are still in effect. And he was a good sport. Yeah. So, yo, Yankees, we got to fix that, man. Bring Jabba to spring training. And if you are going to do it this year, do it in 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, definitely. And before we move on to some of the other stuff that has happened, I do want to also mention this too. The game is really changing, folks. Look, a lot of this is now out with the old, in with the new. And I know that's not exciting for everybody to hear, but it is just facts. It's even facts of a company like Marucci and Victus.
Yes.
Basically knocked off Louisville Slugger. Who would ever expect that Louisville Slugger, of all things, the oldest bat in the history of the game, would be knocked off as the official bat of Major League Baseball? Now it's Marucci and it is Victus. Victus also, the reason why this happened, and I think it's very simple, not just because, oh my God, the quality is so much better. And, you know, if you go to the on-site, nobody does it like Victus. Nobody. I mean, it's just facts. Nobody's doing it like Victus does it. At the level of production they do, the quality they do, nobody does it like Victus. That is just fact.
They're top of the game.
They added personality to sports equipment. They added personality to bats. Now they're adding personality to fielding gloves, which is also huge. Yes. So the game is changing to bring out players' personality more. And this is good for a growing game and an evolving game because this gets kids attracted to baseball. And that's what you need. Every other sport is kind of doing this a little more. And Major League Baseball should push forward with this very, very hard. And they are. And that's a good thing to see. When we did the on-site, I remember me and Francis being there. And one of the main things we were talking about was, I feel like a kid in the candy store again. Unfortunately, I'm no longer a kid. So I can't utilize all this stuff. I couldn't imagine being on travel ball and all-star tournaments, rocking Victus stuff nowadays, and everything they give you. I can make a custom bat, or I can have the crayon bat, the pencil bat, whatever the hell it was, a Statue of Liberty bat. I mean, so many different things that people could see my equipment and go, oh man, I kind of fuck with this guy.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it's
expression.
different. It's expression exactly.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
It's very good for the game, and you're 100% right. And I think that, when you bring up Victus and what they're doing, I mean, giving the players the ability to express themselves, this new generation, the ability to express who they are, to tell their story with more than just their words, because a lot of these guys, that's what it's about for them. It's about telling my story. Like, there's a reason why certain guys wear their hair the way they do. There's a reason why certain guys wear the colors that they do. I mean, there's guys who use pink accessories because they want to bring awareness to breast cancer because their mother suffered from it and stuff like that, and they do it all
Facts.
year round, not just on the day. Like, you know what I mean? Not just on Mother's Day. There's guys who wear blue for their dad. There's so many different reasons why people and players do what they do, and giving them the ability to tell their story with more than just words is something that Victus has done better than anybody, in my opinion. And I think baseball made the right decision, bro.
No
They
doubt.
made the right decision. Them, Marucci. I can't wait to see what we're gonna. They're gonna go crazy this year. They
Oh
already
yeah.
crazy. I saw Soto's bat. I did.
That shit was fire, bro.
I listen. I
That
said
shit was fire. I ain't even gonna front. That shit
I'm
is
not a
mad
hater. No,
fire,
I'm
bro.
not a hater. I saw it. I hit the DM on Doug. I said, hey, it's a nice bat. Hurts, but it's a nice bet.
Hoits. It hoits.
I'm not gonna say what he said. I'm not gonna say what his reply was publicly, but I did like his reply. Anyway, we'll leave it at that.
It does. It definitely hoits. No doubt about it.
Hoits.
Oh, I already read King Dre's freaky ass comments. So let's get to the other super chats that we had here. Let me get these pulled up, folks. Then we're gonna get into your voicemails. Remember, guys, Game Season Live is indeed
Yes,
coming
sir.
up 1:00. Slim Lewis says beard policy change a day before a trade for Vlad will be wild. Change the rule before the trade so it doesn't look like they change it for Vladdy. All right, you're looking a bit too much into this, Slim Lewis. But I'd be a very happy man. I'd
We
be a
all
very
would.
happy man.
That's why.
Dapper Don says Slim Charles, two old school Yankee fans. The thing about the old days, the old days. Slim Charles from Critical Acclaim show The Wire. Okay, little Slim Charles action this
Okay.
morning. Jordan Richards says I love the rule, but hurts what made us stand out. No, look, I get it. I understand. I don't think it made us stand out. I think it made us stand out in a different time. I think now it just everybody looked at us like, huh? You know what I mean? It's like somebody said it's like when Hal was talking, somebody in the comments, I forgot who it was. It might have been Joe. They were like, it's like Hal just stepped out of a time capsule.
Yeah.
And he's like, people got beards. Oh my God. Like, like I gotta change this policy because everybody nowadays has beards. Folks, no, I think the rule now had people look at us like, what the hell is wrong with you guys? like,
To be
like,
fair,
it's weird. Like, why?
Hal's a billionaire, and people don't like when you talk like that. But it's like when you talk about people on that level, like, and you say that they're out of touch, it's not necessarily a jab, but bro, they live a different life than everyday people like you and I. Like, so yes, sometimes when they speak, they sound like they stepped out of a different, because they live in a different time. Like, how many people do you think Hal Steinbrenner comes into contact with on a daily basis? Like, he is a protected billionaire. He's not just walking the streets of the Bronx, like seeing what people look like. Like, yeah, he's gonna sound like that. And the other thing I wanted to say was, I hear that whole thing about making us stand out. Ladies and gentlemen, what needs to make the Yankees stand out is their play on the field, period. You want to stand out? You want to be above the rest? You want to be set apart? Then let your play be what sets you apart. Let your winning be what sets you apart. The only tradition that matters in Yankees land is the winning one. Everything else for me can go.
Garrett Cole says that they were informed today, actually, is what he's saying. He said Brian Cashman told him that we're not trying to look like the Duck Dynasty, but, that's apparently what Cashman said. Kyle Malay says, I'm excited to see Rodon with a beard. He seems to be a better pitcher with a beard. Could it really be a mind game? I don't know. I don't know about all that. I think maybe a comfort level, but I don't think you're going to have guys' ERAs drop by 1 overall. I don't think that's gonna happen like that. A couple of member chats here. Sorry guys if I miss anybody today, I apologize. I'm also running on a little bit of a time frame here today because we do have Game Season Live coming up in about an hour. Balls and strikes challenges need to be added during the regular season. I don't think it's going to happen this year, but it is an expectation that it could happen pretty soon by 2026.
It's coming.
Is Boone going to grow a beard? Interesting. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think we see Boone grow a beard, but
You might see the 5 o'clock for a little
yeah,
bit.
I could see
longer
the
than you
shadow for a
normally
lot of
would,
guys. Actually, I
but-
think the shadow you'll see a lot, but like a full-grown beard of Boone, I don't know, man. Maybe
I don't know.
I don't think so. I'm gonna say no on that. I don't think Boone's gonna do that, but
Maybe
let's
the
go ahead.
goatee?
I'm gonna get to as many voicemails as I can here.
Let's do it.
My good friend Replay Op just gifted 5 memberships.
Let's
Ladies
go.
and gentlemen, make sure you're subbed to the U. And again, on top of that, if you are a member now, come join us in the Discord server. I promise you,
baby.
it is a lot of fun. Let's go ahead.
Yes.
Pete, what up? Jimmy Hacksaw. Ho! Yeah,
Ho!
baby. Today is game day.
Yes,
First
sir.
spring season game. Very excited. And man, what great news to see this morning. The Hal is going to let the guys have groomed facial hair. I know people are into tradition. I'm into tradition, but, we got to move on with the times, man. And I got to be honest with you. Me without facial hair, not a pretty sight. So I know I'd be super happy with this change if I was playing on the ball club. And I do think it's kind of stupid. Some players said they would never go play in New York because of not being able to wear a beard. But, hey, maybe it will open up the doors to other players that might want to come play with us. So, anyways, I know you're super stoked for today, too. I don't know if you're doing Game Day Live today or not with the first game. Probably not, but I know you'll be watching. Hope they look great. I hope you and Jared are great. Fam, love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. My good friend David says, like the damn video. What's up,
Yes,
brother
sir.
Pete? What up, my brother? Let's keep them going, guys. Again, like I said, I want to try to get through these as many as we can because today was a big day. We were planning on coming on here talking about Boone being extended, talking about today's game. But just a shout out on today's game, a lot of regulars, a couple of things to look out for. Jason Dominguez is leading off playing left field.
Yep.
Jazz is at second base. Cody Bellinger's in center field. And I think there was one more thing that
Peraza is at third.
Peraza is at third base.
And JC Escara got the start at catcher.
Correct. That's also a good thing. So it's going to be fun and Marcus Stroman is starting.
And
Peter,
Stroman
I
is
had a
starting.
call back between doctors and insurance and everything else. Like I said, Tommy's doing better. Mo's hanging in, and Mo's good. But the facial hair policy. Hal Steinbrenner, finally, baby. Yeah, you better lift it, baby. Grow that hair down to there. Hair, long, beautiful hair, shining, gleaming, strips of black and wax them. Pull right down to there. Shoulder length that's longer.
He got a song for
Here,
everything, folks.
baby,
Yes,
there,
he really
baby. Everywhere, daddy, hair. Show it, grow it, long as I can grow it, my hair. So
He's
grow
got a
that hair, Yanks. About fucking time. Let's go!
He sings a beautiful song. And then he ends it with about fucking time.
Fucking time.
Oh, that's my Dom. I tell you what, let's keep it going, baby.
Hey, good morning, Pete, Francis, Jira, chat. This morning's news was really great. Glad to hear the Yankees finally liberalizing their facial hair policy. Clearly, Hal listens to Pete and NYYU since y'all were just talking about that the other day, so that's great.
Yes.
Another point regarding the Boone extension, like Pete said, isn't it interesting that they got the Boone extension done, but they have not addressed third base? I'm thinking maybe they're just going to make Boone a player manager and try Boone out for third base. Think about it. After all, he's only 51, and that's about the age that Cashman likes to sign players. The other point is that show, the Farm to the Show episode the other day with you and Los, Pete, was absolutely awesome. I learned more in those 47 minutes about our prospects than I have in 3 years of listening to Yes. So credit to you and Los, and it's an awesome show. Hope everybody gets a chance to catch it going forward. Anyway, can't wait to listen and hear about today's game season live. Go Yankees, go! I'm out. Bye.
Appreciate you, my guy. And just really quickly, too, for
Great
everybody
voicemail.
to know this for Game Season Live today, it ain't going to be like Game Season Live on opening day. I'm just letting everybody know this right. I'm not pulling out all the tools yet. Opening day is a special day. Today, it's still going to be Game Season Live. It's still going to be the new template and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But I do expect opening day is going to be different. That's when I break out all the new sounds, everything. It's going to be amazing.
Game season is still game season, and I'm sure
spring.
the fans are ecstatic. I'm sure, and I know you're happy. I know Pete woke up and felt really good that there's a ball game to call today. Pete, he loves this shit, man. That's what makes him great. That's what makes everybody at you great. We love what we do. This man woke up and was happy. He was going to the gym for max out day, and then the Yankees decided to throw him a curveball.
And I'm like Pedro Serrano. That curveball's tough for me to hit.
That curveball.
Pete, Francis, I know who's usually there on a Friday. Good morning, afternoon. So the Yankees got rid of their facial hair policy, and not really gay. They're allowing well groomed beards now, so they kind of altered it. To me, I really don't care. It is what it is. To me, tradition, people talk about tradition. Tradition died when they put that stupid star insurance patch on the jerseys and extended the fucking mental midget for a manager that we have, despite him not winning no championships. So it is what it is. I understand the pros and cons of beards and not being there, but whatever. Peace.
He just ended that?
He just ended it right there. I mean, doesn't seem says he's okay with it, but man, what a mellow call. Just kind of laid back.
Didn't seem too happy, but he'll be more overly. He'll be happier if they get a third baseman.
I'll be happier when game season comes on. That's all.
There you go.
It's been Francis Macho King in the house. How you doing? To the underground.
Let's go.
Yeah. I had to adjust my promo and switch it up because of the facial hair policy change of the day. Dang it! Dance for everybody! Oh yeah, and this first spring training game is here, and Strowman gets the start, and his fate is in his hands because it's an audition for our other team. So let's go! And you might not like it, but accept it, yeah, because Judge had to swat some trash talking that in Queens and think she's important. But I don't care how many SUVs you buy people on camera. You're zero loyalty or class, dig it! Anyone but yourself, But since this is Friday, you'll know how we do. I'm a mean machine, the cream of the crop. I say my rhymes loud and I say them non-stop. Andy up, you tricky little slut. I drink from a gas can, you drink from a sippy cup. But this is no child's play. I'm Chucky all day, chasing you around what used to be Shay. You know what's up? You slurping going nuts like a white jabroni cock. Sticking like a mutt. Don't you know mutts mean my entire team sucks? Yeah. And it'll never be us, cause ego tripping, I'm rolling to camp sparkling and dripping, snapping nuts necks like the rotisserie chicken in the UWO spreading foreign wide. I see all the macho maniacs and mamas on March 29. Take it! And the underground is rising to the top of 2025, and we'll be back in the building on What Will You Take? So like you wish you could! Total non-stop madness and pandemonium! Oh, yeah! Watch out!
Well, there's nobody like him, folks. I always say it. There's nobody like him, damn it. That man brings the energy like nobody's business. That is the one, the only Macho King. Let's get to one more voicemail, then we're going to wrap up.
Hey, this is Joey from the Bronx.
Oh, shit, the legend.
Long time no voicemail. I was on the move, traveling. Had to take care of some stuff. So anyway, regarding these beard situation, the Bush situation. This is not going to make me popular, but I thought I'd let my voice be heard on the topic. I'm against it. I knew it was going to happen one day, but I'm against it. I'm a purist. I'm a fundamentalist. I'm the kind of guy that wants the good parts of our tradition, I believe, to be carefully preserved. It sets us apart, not having the names on the back of the jersey. I was against the star insurance or any other kind of patch to be on the uniform. I don't like the Nike swoosh. I was against all of that. Not that anybody else cared too much. Didn't like it that they didn't care too much, but I did. So I'm also against this. George Steinbrenner all the way, undiluted. That's what I'm all about. And if Hal, you want to, move away from your father's shadow, there's one very impressive way that you can do it. Win more than he does. Okay?
Or sell the team.
Win more than he does. That's the way you can be your own man. not trashing tradition. Anyway, I know you guys disagree with me, but I just wanted to, let my voice heard on this one.
Hey.
All right. Take care, guys. Bye.
Joey, my brother. Look, man, that's what the U's all about. You are very well allowed to go ahead and, disagree. Like we said, people are going to disagree. There are people out there that are disagreeing with it, that are, where you are, Joey, on that is, I want to stick to the overall tradition. I just always say my only debate, I love tradition too. I consider myself old school. My only problem with it is like, you said, you put the Star Insurance patch on this jersey. And to me right there, that was tradition gone already, because nothing is the Yankees pinstripe jersey is supposed to be sacred. It's like, no, you don't put things on there. The minute they did that, I'm like, all right, well, if you really want to be fair here, when you did that, you should let these guys grow beards. It is 2025. It's not 1970 anymore. And I get it. I understand that.
It happened once they had to do
the Nike switch.
And I get it that people said, well, it was the whole league, and I get it, but I mean, the owners had to agree to this, honestly. Like, people, this is not something where it's like, oh, it's like it's just going to be enforced because whatever. If Hal would have kicked up a big enough stink about, wait, I don't want to put this on the front of our jersey or whatever, it could have been an issue. Yep. They didn't make an issue, obviously, because there's money to be made. It's a deal where all the owners get money from it. And at the end of the day, if Hal is the businessman who he's shown us to be, he understands that this move that he made this morning is also a great move for business.
Correct.
It's that simple.
Correct. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we are going to get ready to wrap up in less than an hour. We will have the very, very first game season live of spring training. And as I promised you all, promises made, promises kept here at the U. All right, that's what I'm all about, baby. I promise you guys I will call more spring training games this year, and indeed, that is going to happen. We will be calling more spring training games this year. Facial hair policy is gone. There's still so much to talk about, so much to get done before opening day, and I hope the Yankees continue. This is not a move, but I hope they make some moves and continue to improve this club in any way possible. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out. Thank you guys for joining us. I will see you all again in less than an hour. Peace out.
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, no, we ain't done yet. Bought a new crib, that's a goddamn flex. Sign that check. Told them last year that I been up next. Can't take calls, but I send that text.